Ramana Sadguru, Ramana Sadguru, Ramana Sadguru, Rayane. 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 புகழும் பொன்னுலகத்து வானவர் போற்றி நின்று புகழ்ந்திடும் திகழும் நன்னில மாந்திரு சுழி தன்னில் வந்த தயாபரன் அழகு சுந்தரர் அன்பினில் வரும் அமுதவாரிதி அருணையான் மழவிடை பொருள் அருள்படை தீடு வடிவில்லா வடிவானவன் ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே அமலஞான அருள் பேரும் கடல் அருணயன் கிரி தன்னிலே விமலமேயுருவாகி வந்தோர் விருபன குகை மேவினான் வாது செய்திடும் மாயை தன்னை வளைத்து நின்று மீதித்தவன் சூதுஷை புலனோடு வஞ்சக சூழ்வினை தொகையற்றவன் ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே அருணையீஷனெடுத்தணைந்திடும் அன்பனென் குருநாயகன் கருணையே வடிவாக நின்றிடும் கற்பக தருவாகினோன் மூன்று தேகம் மறந்து மூப்பத வாழ்வே நீர் குடியேறினான் தோன்றுமீ ஜகழ் வாழ்வினீர் கழியாது நின்றிடு தோன்றலான் ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே பிண்டமேவிய நாதனே பிரமாண்டமேவிய நாதனாய் கண்டு நின்று கனிந்துள்ளேகமே காட்சியாய் களி கொண்டவன் பொன்னிறந்தவள் மேனியன் புகழ் ஓங்கு செஞ்சடை வேணியன் தன்னரும் குருவாக வாய்த்திடும் தத்துவ பொருளானவன் ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே பஞ்சபூதம் நிறைந்து நின்றவன் பஞ்சகோஷமதற்றவன் அஞ்சலி திடும் அன்பர் துன்பம் ஒழிக்கும் ஞான விதாயகன் முக்குண தடையற்றவன் முதலாய தேவனிராமயன் பக்குவத்தவர் வந்து நின்று பணிந்திடும் பத சேவையான் ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. ஆதிகாரண காரியங்கள் அறிந்த சின்மய பூரணன் வாதியாமல மாயை தன்னை வதைத்து வீசிடு மாரணன். தேவர் யாவரும் வந்து நின்று தூதித்திடும் பதவைபவன் காவலாகிமை ஞான நாட்டரசாக நின்றிடு காரணன். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. வேதநாயகன் வேதபூஷணன் வேதமேயுருவாயவன் காதலாய் பரவாழ்வினீர் கடி தேறி நின்று கழித்தவன். துரியமே வடிவாகி தூவெளி ஆடரங்கமதாகினோன் கரியதாய் ஜகமேழோடண்டம் கலந்து நின்ற கலப்பிலான். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. சின்மய தருவிற்பழுத்திடும் தீன்கனி சுவையாகினோன் தன்மய பொருளாய் தனித்திடு சச்சிதானந்தமாகினோன். அப்பில் ஓப்பென என் மன குகை ஒப்பி நின்றிடு மண்ணலான் அப்பனோப்பவன் அன்னையோப்பவன் அத்புத பொருளானவன். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. ஜாக்கிரம் கனவோடு சாற்று சுஷுப்தி பாதையதற்றவன் வாக்கிறந்து நிறைந்து நின்றதோர் வாக்கிய பொருளானவன். சனாதன பொருளான வேதியன் ஜாதி பேதமதற்றவன் அநாதி நிர்மல ஞான நாயகன் அன்பினில் வரு ஜோதியான். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. சத்குண கடலான நற்குணன் சஜ்ஜனர் புகழ்நிதியான் அத்புத சுவையான பாகினன் அசிபத துருவானவன். பக்தியோடு பணிந்து நின்றிடும் பக்த கோடியர் தங்களை முக்தி மேக்கரை காட்டி மூதறி உற்றிட துவஜமிட்டவன். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குருராயனே. அடாத செய்கையளிக்குமிந்திரிய வஞ்சனை பொறிவாயிலில் விடாது வீழ்ந்து விழிக்குமென் மனப்பேயை வாவென ஆளுவாய். அங்கமேறிய அகங்கரித்திடும் ஆணவப்படு பாவியை துங்க ஞானவாள் கொண்டு சாடி தூமணி சுடராகி நீர். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே. பானுவம்ச வினோத ராமனும் பங்கய பெருவாழ்வனும் மனும் சூலமணிந்த தேவனும் மாதவ குமரேசனும் போற்றியன் மன கோயிலோற்றிடு புண்ணிய திருமேனியாய். போற்றி நின் முகம் போற்றி நின் மனம் போற்றி நின் பதமையனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே. ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே. நச்சி நின்று நவிற்று வேங்கட ரமணனாவிலுமேவிய உச்சித சுவையான உன் பதம் உச்சி வைத்திட வேண்டினேன். ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ரமண சத்குரு ராயனே. 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 அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல. 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 அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல. அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல.
Om Yasyantanadimadhyam nahi karacharanam namagotram na sutram no jatin naiva varna na bhavati purusho na pumsam na chastri nakaram no vikaram nahi janimaranam nasti punyam na papam Tattvam no tattvam sahaja samarasam Sadgurum tam namami Sada Shivasmarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrishiganaihi Avrutam Brahmanishthaihi Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudramanandarupam Swatma Ramam Muditavadanam Dakshinamurtimide Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Yataye Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Nagendra Sangha Bhavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavatpadabhitam Bibhrate Tasmai Bhashyakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane Apara Satchit Sukhavari Rashehe Yasyur Mimatram Bhuvanam Samastam Guhahitam Tam Ramanam Gabhiram Chinta Vihinam Hrdi Chintayami Deham Mrinmayavajjadatmakamaham Buddhirna Tasyastyato Naham Tattadabhava Supti Samaye Siddhatma Sadbhavataha Koham bhavayutah kuto varadhiya drishtvatmanishtatmanam Soham spurtitaya aruna chalashivav purno vibhati swayam Yontah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjeevayatyakila shakti dharasvadhamnam Anyam shahastacharana shravanatvagadhin Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. So last 2 sessions we saw the essence of first verse in Saddarsanam, in Ulladinarpada also. Bhagavan's revelation of this Sadvidya, this Atma Vidya, in this work begins with the word Ulladu, Sat. In Bhagavad Gita, the most important verse, you can very clearly, very firmly say, the verse is Nasato Vidyate Bhavaha na abhavo vidyate sataha. Ubhayorapi drishtontaha tu anayoho tattvadarshibhihi. This is the cream of the entire Shastra there. That which exists, the Sat has no abhava. It never changes. It never vanishes from your experience. And that which is unreal, even though it is felt, even though you can see it with the senses, with the mind, it has actually no existence. Na vidyate bhavaha. And the sages know the secret of this. Ubhayoho api drishtontaha tu anayoho tattvadarshibhi. Tattvadarshi means a Jñānī who is always aware of the tattvam. Tattvam drashtum sheelam esham tehi tattvadarshinaha. And Bhagavan, one of the easiest definition, direct definition for tattvam is given by Bhagavan in Aksharamana. Tāne tāne tattvam. Idanai tāne kattuvai arunachala. So tattvam is Tan. Tan means the I am. One's own existence is tattvam. And how to know that? It is self-effulgent. There is no question of knowing it. Hence Bhagavan says, Tāne kattuvai arunachala. There is no another person to know it. It is knowing itself. Its very nature is aparilupta chaitanyam. Never fading, ever shining, self-effulgent, swayam prakasha. So the first verse is about that swayam prakasha vastu. If we go more deeply into that verse, you can see Bhagavan is always very relaxed. When you look at Bhagavan's figure in a photo, the first thing that will come to you, impress you, is his relaxation. And what is the secret of that relaxation? What do you feel? Bhagavan said in Telugu, Paniledu Vadu. He said, no work to do, nothing to achieve, nothing to attain, nowhere to reach, nothing to become. We are all very busy because why are we all crowded here morning? Even this, even spiritual seeking, Shankaracharya says, Laukikaha Vaidikasya Vyaparaha Pravritti Nivritti Parasya Vyaparaha Avidya Vishayeva. Shankaracharya said even searching for self-realization is also ignorance because you think that the self has to be realized. So Atma Sakshatkara, when devotees used to ask Bhagavan about Atma Sakshatkara, Sakshata irukkirathu Atma da oi kaaram ellam kedaiyadhu. The Atma is ever Sakshat, yes Sakshat, Aparokshat Brahma. It is ever shining, direct, immediate, here, now. And there is no question of icing it. It is always real. So when that perfect knowledge, Tattva Jnana, arises, nowhere to go. Because in the world you have to go somewhere. But Atma, you have no space. Nothing to cover. What is the distance for you to yourself? No distance. Anadhvagaha. That is what the Shastra says. Anadhva. Anadhva means pathless. Jnanam is a pathless land. No path. No space. No distance. So, when that knowledge arises within, great relaxation comes, release comes. And another thing is, even compassion makes you busy. When you feel people are all ignorant, oh, they are suffering, we have to give them this knowledge. When that comes, the teacher becomes compassionate, of course, but there is a tension there. But even that is not there in the highest knowledge. Many times Bhagavan used to repeat, you are all already that, I don't know why you are pretending. He saw everyone as Purna. Sarve dharmaha swabhavataha nirmalaha. As Mandukya Karika, Gaudapadacharya says, when the perfect knowledge comes, the knower, the Tattvajnani looks at everyone and he finds nobody ignorant. Adi Shantaha. Eternally they are all peaceful. Then why all of you have come here? All of you have come here because of compassion to me. Otherwise, how Swami will talk if we don't go? It is your compassion that you have come here to listen. Everyone is having that jnanam in them. The jnana swaswarupa jnanam, swarupa bhuta jnanam cannot be covered. So this is the state of a jnani, where he doesn't find anybody ignorant, anyone in bondage. And in bhakti in another form. Bhakti, highest bhakti Bhagavatam says, the bhakta looks at everybody as Bhagavan. And can you say Bhagavan is in bondage? Or can you say Bhagavan has any need for your compassion? Sarvabhuteshu yaf pashyet bhagavad bhavam atmanaha bhutani bhagavati atmani esha bhagavatottamaha. Eshaha bhagavatottamaha. He is the highest devotee. He looks at everyone and beholds Bhagavad Bhavam. And what is that Bhagavad Bhavam? Atmanaha Bhagavad Bhavam. Their Atma is Bhagavan. And Bhutani Bhagavati, the entire creation is an appearance in Bhagavan. And everything is superimposed in me. Mayi adhyastam. One who has this experience, knowledge, he is the highest devotee. He is the true devotee. In such a state, no prachara, no propagation, nothing. So you have to come a little bit down, then only all propagation, everything happens. So this ulla unarvu ulladu, for all this ulla unarvu is there. This is the first verse. Everyone is having experience of Sat, ulla unarvu. Unarvu is awareness, ulladu is existence. Another word which Bhagavan uses is irundu olir. You have the experience of this I am. And olir means it is effulgent, it is shining forth. Existence, awareness. This is experienced by all. And this ulla unarvu is the ulla porul, it is Atma, it is nityamukta vastu. The center where it is experienced is ullam, and to know that ulla porul, ullal yavan, the ego cannot know that. The ego has to subside. Ahantai uru validal mukti. This is how Ulladinarpada comes to conclusion. When the abhimana vritti vanishes, the self, Atma, is always shining forth, and when that knowledge arises, the person becomes a mukta. Unarvaye. So, unarvaye, know this. Know that to abide as that in the heart is realization. So, this we saw. And now we are coming to the second part, second Mangalacharana. First is Atma Vichara, and the second verse is about Sharanagati. Sharanagati is Bhakti, Prapatti. Pad prapadyate, prapadye, padaniyam, gamaniyam, Bhagavat Pada we say. So this Pada, Charana, it means Jnanam. To attain Bhagavan from one place to another, you use Pada. Like that, what Pada you will use to attain Bhagavan? Jnanam is the Pada. No movement. There is no space to move. So simply recognizing, as you are wearing the glass and searching the glass through that, and someone comes and tell you it is there. Oh, it is here, and I am searching for it through the spectacles. So this recognition is called Pratyabhijna Jnanam. This is the Pada. So actually, Prapatti means knowledge only, Jnanam only. And in Yoga Sutra, Patanjali says, Ishvara Pranidhana. How do the highest wisdom comes? Ishvara Pranidhanad. Through surrender to Ishvara. Okay, now Bhagavan also, in Ramana Bhagavan's life, you see Jnanam and Bhakti from the very beginning, both are there. He didn't seek Atma Jnanam like go and study Vedanta right from Tattva Bodha or Vedanta Sara and up to Siddhitraya Grantha. No. He just, yesterday we saw, his life is the greatest demonstration for Kripa Sakshatkara. Ishvara Anugrahadeva Anubhutihi. Ishvara Anugrahadeva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. There is in Bhashya also, there is one place where Bhagavad Pada says, by Ishvara Anugraha, Jnanam will come. By Kripa, Jnanam will come. through Ishvara's grace, Jnanam will come. The best example is Bhagavan's life. And someone asked, did Ramana Maharshi tell something about Nama Japam? Bhagavan's life is the highest demonstration for Nama Japam. Because Anbodu un Namam Kel Anbartam Anbaruk Anbanayida Arul Arunachala. You see, the word he used, he didn't say Namam Sol. He said Namam Kel, because that is what happened to him. It is not even chanting the Nama, he just listened to the Nama Arunachala and attained Smaranad Arunachalam. By mere recollection, he attained the highest. And Arunachala for him, he was carrying the seed of enlightenment within him. To awaken that in him, the Arunachala Nama became simply a kindling stick. It was like a switch. One touch of it, the Jnanam woke up. So in Bhagavan's life, Bhagavan said, very clearly said, I had no concept about Vedanta, that samsara is sorrow. Even that was not there outwardly. That we have to attain Brahman. Not even the word Brahman he had not heard. Professor T.M.P. Mahadevan told, Bhagavan's life is the best example of a Jnānī who attained Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, without hearing the word Brahman. He had not heard. Of course, born as a Brahmana, up to the age of 17, Upanayana Samskara has been done, Sandhyavandana is done. So, unconsciously you would have absorbed all those things, but not consciously. So, Bhagavan said, I had only the idea that Ishvara, Shiva, Kailasa Vasi, that idea only he had. And when the first touch came, the name of Arunachala, and woke up inwardly, the first Samadhi experience happened to him when he heard Arunachalam. Many people who came to Bhagavan later on, some Westerners also, they had the first spiritual experience when they heard Ramana Maharshi. That was enough for them. When they heard the name, they woke up inwardly, something happened to them. Many have told like that. So this is the Atma giving you the intimation that here enlightenment is waiting for you. Jnanam is waiting for you. Your Guru is here. Ashcharyavat pashyati kashidenam. Ashcharyavat chainam anyaha shrunoti. As a wonder, someone listens to the name of a Jñānī or Atma. So this is Bhakti. Bhakti is one's approach towards Jnanam. In Jnana Marga also Bhakti is absolutely needed. Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, mantra yatha bhakti yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite kathitahi arthaha prakashante mahatmanaha. Is the Upanishad mantra. Yasya deve para bhakti, one who has immense devotion to Ishtadevata. Yatha deve tatha guru. As in Deva, so in Guru. Tasya ete kathitahi arthaha. The Upanishad says whatever is being elaborated in the Upanishad, those tattvas will shine forth, come in experience to such a one who has such bhakti. And what does the bhakti do? The bhakti makes the person completely relaxed, because when father and mother is there, why should the child be concerned? So Bhakta's idea is very simple. You become too intellectual, you lose this source, this hold. Bhagavan was not an intellectual philosopher. He directly realized the truth from his heart. His was a genuine search for hold. He felt, I am going to die. This first step is Arunachala Namasmarana. Next he felt, I am going to die. And what should I do? Nobody to help, no book to give you guidance, no teacher. What should I do? And inquired what is death and who is dying. And he found there is no death and nobody is dying. It is impossible to die. I am the immortal Atma, the self that came has experience within. The I was shining forth within, untouched by the body or the mind, as the timeless reality. He woke up to that. Although that experience came, again intellectually he didn't understand it. There was a great shift from body mind to that dimension, but he didn't recognize it fully. His intellect and mind did not absorb that realization then and there. He himself says, the Jnanam was little covered by Arunachala, so that I will travel from Madurai to Tiruvannamalai. Otherwise I would have sat in Madurai. Arivinai marulurut aruginilirka aruguru mamayamita chalamakande. After coming to Tiruvannamalai, after some days, that Jnanam was absorbed into his system. Major Chadwick, when he was very close with Bhagavan, he writes, Bhagavan did no sadhana in Tiruvannamalai, no tapasya. He was just taking rest in the hill, allowing the Jnanam to seep within, to absorb the Jnanam. He was just walking everywhere in the hill. Those quiet days, he absorbed that realization completely. So there, this Marana Anubhava, this experience of death, was the cause for realization. That is, see, even Kathopanishad also, this Nachiketa goes to the world of Yama and asks him, who are you? What is death? What happens after death? Kathopanishad. And Bhagavatam also, see, Parikshit, the king, hears that he is going to die on the 7th day. So, with immense dispassion, he comes and sits on the bank of Ganga. But we Bhagavatakara, you know what we do? We don't stop there in death. We stop in Kalyana. Rukmini Kalyanam. Because safe. Why unnecessarily give trouble? Fear. So this death is the cause for realization. Very, very long back, about 40 years back, I gave a definition to death. D-E-A-T-H. That is the spelling, right? Yes. So, divine eater and teacher of humanity. He is the divine eater who swallows everyone. And also, he is the greatest teacher, without whom you will never know what is life. The contradiction is that without knowing death, you cannot know life. Amritam jaiva mrityuscha sadasachaham Arjuna. Bhagavan said, I am Amritam, I am Mrityu. On one side I am Mrityu, on another side I am Amritam. Outwardly you look, everywhere there is death. Turn inward, antarmukha. You see the center. There you see immortal nature, deathlessness. So the second verse, Bhagavan added about Marana. Marana bhayam mikkulavam makkal aranaha Marana bhavamilla maheshan charaname sharvar tam sharvodu tam shavutrar shavennam sharvaro shavadavar nittar. Tam sharvodu tam shavutrar. And Saddarsanam is mrityunjayam mrityubhiyashritanam ahammadir mrityumupaiti purvam athasvabhavad amriteshu teshu katham punar mrityudhiyo vakashaha. There is one beautiful verse in Bhagavatam where Bhagavan Vedavyasa says, man is running away from death. And death is chasing him everywhere. Martyo mrityu vyalabhitaf palayan. This Martya means the mortal. He is running. Why? Afraid of the snake called death. Mrityu vyalabhitaf palayan. Lokan sarvan. To every world he goes to escape from this. Nirbhayam nadhyagachat. Till today has not found fearlessness. Because wherever he goes, it is there. One person in Bengaluru did tapas to see Yama. And Yama said, I cannot go. My appointment is later on. He said, Chitragupta, you go. So Yama's accountant is Chitragupta. He came. And Chitragupta asked, what should I do? He said, can you tell me the day when I am going to die? Chitragupta said, okay, this year, this month, this date, this time. One more thing, I want to see either Yama or whoever is appointed to take me that day, morning itself I should see. Oh, that is sanctioned. You will see Yama that day morning, sanctioned. And this person, after so many years, that day, early morning, when he was walking in a park, what is the famous park here? There he was walking and he saw Yama sitting there with perhaps Yamaha. I don't know who gave that name. He saw there and he took his car, went to the airport, took a flight to Delhi. Because Yama is sitting here and he has to come with his Mahisham. Not very easy. So he went to Delhi, took a room in a good hotel, and when he opened the room, he saw Yama sitting in the sofa there, resting. Come on, welcome. He said, why, how you are here? He said, I left you in Bengaluru. He said, yes, my boy, I wanted, my appointment with you is here, Delhi. I was concerned why you have not still started. You are still in Bengaluru. But you made my work very easy. You just ran away from Bengaluru and came here. So wherever you go, he is there. Martyo mrityu vyalabhitah palayan lokan sarvan nirbhayam nadhya gacchate. And then at last, tvat padabjam prapya yadrichayadya. Now attaining your feet, tvat padabjam, your lotus feet, swasthashete. He is lying there, very swastha, very relaxed, because now he has come to the understanding that there is no death. Swasthashete mrityuhu asmata apaiti. Now death runs away from him. Now he knows that death is not a reality, he is the Atma. See, Bhagavan's the death experience is, we have put it in the book. I will read it, very beautiful. It was about 6 weeks before I left Madurai for good that the great change in my life took place. It was quite sudden. I was sitting in a room on the first floor of my uncle's house. I seldom had any sickness. On that day, there was nothing wrong with my health. In the book, coma போடுறது மாதிரி இருக்கு, இந்த இடத்துல பார்க்கணும். I seldom had any sickness on that day ன்னு போட்டிருக்கிறது. That அடுத்த எடிஷன் பார்த்து. There was nothing wrong with my health, but a sudden violent fear of death overtook me. There was nothing in my state of health to account for it. And I did not try to account for it or to find out whether there was any reason for the fear. I just felt I am going to die and began thinking what to do about it. It did not occur to me to consult a doctor or my elders. Thanks. Otherwise, today, if this experience comes, they will take you to psychiatrist. I know many people who got into a psychiatrist because the boy is doing Sandhya Vandanam. I felt that I had to solve the problem myself then and there. The shock of fear of death drove my mind inwards, and I said to myself mentally, without actually framing the words, mark these words, without actually framing the words, because this was not happening as a voluntary thing. It was happening as Ishvara's grace, Kripa, Atma Kripa. Now death has come. What does it mean? What is it that is dying? This body dies. And I at once dramatize the occurrence of death. Tirumular says in Tirumandiram, Sattitham parume. He says, you are afraid of so much about death. Why don't you go through death and see what it is? Sattitham parume. And I at once dramatize the occurrence of death. I lay with my limbs stretched out stiff, as though rigor mortis had set in, and imitated a corpse so as to give greater reality to the enquiry. I held my breath and kept my lips tightly closed so that no sound could escape, so that neither the word I nor any other word could be uttered. Well then, I said to myself, this body is dead. It will be carried stiff to the burning ground and there burnt and reduced to ashes. But with the death of this body, am I dead? Is the body I? It is silent and inert. But I feel the full force of my personality and even the voice of the I within me apart from it. So, I am the spirit transcending the body. The body dies, but the spirit that transcends it cannot be touched by death. This means I am the deathless spirit. All this was not dull thought. It flashed through me vividly as living truth, which I perceived directly. The last is almost without thought process. This is very important. Bhagavan here says almost without thought process. It is like you see a serpent there, you look at it. You directly look at it. You don't think it is a serpent, I have to look at it and it is its color. No thought at all. Like that you are looking at the phenomenon. On one side the process, on the other side what exists. It is intense looking. That is nididhyasana. Manana means you are contemplating. Nididhyasana means you have got hold of that vastu. And now your attention is on that. On that truth. On that state. It is no more a statement for you. It is state where your focus is on that. So, I was something very real. The only real thing about my present state and all the conscious activity connected with my body was centered on that I. From that moment onwards, I or self focused attention on itself by a powerful more clearly you cannot define self-realization. More clearly no one can say. Here Bhagavan says, from that time onwards, moment onwards, the I or self continued self-focused attention on itself by a powerful fascination. Fear of death had vanished once and for all. The absorption in the self continued unbroken from that time on. Other thoughts might come and go like the various notes of music, but the I continued like the fundamental Shruti note. How beautiful. The song is changing, the percussion instruments are changing, but the Shruti remains same. Like that, like the Shruti note, the experience continued without any change. The Shruti note that underlies and blends with all other notes. Whether the body was engaged in talking, reading or anything else, I was still centered on I. This is the profound experience, the profound words of Bhagavan. So this experience happened to him because he dared to face death. Marana became Ramana. Marana, you reverse, put it in reverse form, became Ramana. And here Bhagavan says, Marana bhayam mikkulavam makkal, intense fear of death. Makkal means here mumukshu. The fear of death is there behind all our activities. Life insurance, policy, everything is because of fear of death. We eat food even because of that. we have a house, we need hospital. Somehow we are trying to conquer death. Somehow keep oneself alive. This Mrityu Bhaya is there. But here Bhagavan demands much more. He says, can you consciously take that emotion? Do you dare? See, people in villages, they will not even allow you to speak about death. Don't say, inauspicious. And they will say, don't sit facing south. Because it is the side of death. Yamaya dharmarajaya mrityavecha antakaya vaivasvataya kalaya sarvabhuta kshayaya. Don't look at that side. You can keep your head facing south while you are sleeping, so that you will wake up looking at north. Not because that is good. But Dakshinamurti's greatness is that he decided to look at death. Unless you dare to face death, you will never transcend it. Swami Vivekananda said, worship the terrible. Only then you will conquer the terrible, transcend the terrible. Don't run away. Don't fear. Go and touch it, go and see it what it is. That is what he did. So, Mik Marana Bhayam means you take Marana Bhayam inside and try to see what it is. Marana Bhayam is not simply your Marana Bhayam. You see the Anithyatva everywhere. This Vairagya, dispassion. With immense dispassion. Marana Bhayam Mikkulavam Makkal means Sarvam Vyartham Marana Samaye Sambaye Kasahayaha. As Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami has written a beautiful song. Wherever you look, you find that Anityatva, that everything is going to vanish, not real. When that emotion awakens you to seek the eternal, the true, the permanent, and when that fear makes you surrender to Bhagavan, Aran Aha. Aran means fort. As a true fortress. Kote. Aran Aha. Marana Bhavamilla Maheshan Charaname. When you see Maranam, you go to Charanam. That Bhagavan's Charanam. Marana Bhayam Illa Marana Bhavam Illa Maheshan Charanam. Surrender to Bhagavan. See, Parikshit's mother, Uttara, she was a great devotee. Abhimanyu's mother, Abhimanyu's wife. So she was carrying Parikshit in her womb. At that time, death came in the form of Ashwatthama's Brahmastra. It entered her womb and was giving trouble. She just ran towards the place where Krishna is standing. And there all these 5 husbands of Draupadi are there. Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, all of them are there. Her, what they call Swashuras. They are all there. She didn't even look at them. She directly went to Krishna and fell at his feet and said, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin, Deva Deva Jagatpate. O Lord, protect me. Nanyam tvadabhayam pashi. I don't find anywhere rest, anywhere fearlessness. Yatra mrityuhu parasparam. Wherever you look, everyone is under the power of death. They are all going to die, so I come to you because you are birthless and deathless. To know the secret of the Atma beyond birth and death, you should take refuge at the feet of a Jñānī who is beyond birth and death, or Ishvara. So here Bhagavan comes to Bhakti where he says, Maheshan, Ishvara, Shiva. Marana bhavamilla Maheshan charaname sharvar. Mrityunjayam mrityubhyashritanam. They take ashraya in Mrityunjaya with Mrityubhaya. Then what happens? Ahammatir mrityum upaiti purvam. Their ahammati, ego, I thought, jiva bhava, it vanishes. Avidya, ajnana is gone. Ahammatir mrityum upaiti purvam. Ataha swabhavad amriteshu teshu. Then by their very nature they are amarta. Everyone by their nature they are deathless, they are birthless. Na jayate mriyadeva kadachit. Nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuyah. Ajo nitya shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. By the very nature the self is deathless, it is shashvata, eternal. So when the person surrenders, tam sharvodu tam shavutrar, all their ignorance, attachment, collective vasanas are all erased. They are all removed. Those who spiritually mature beings with intense fear of death find the birthless and deathless Lord Maheshwara alone as a fortress of protection, and they take sole refuge at his feet. Such surrendered devotees behold their own death, death of the ego, and wake up to the deathless nature of their self. Along with their jiva bhava, all their vasanas also get destroyed. Will such jivan muktas who have transcended death ever again entertain the thought of death? So, this is about surrender, Sharanagati, Prapatti. A person surrenders to Bhagavan when he finds that he cannot handle the situation. That is what the Gajendra Moksham story is about. Till the elephant, Gajendra believed that he can escape by his power, he didn't surrender. But at last he found nobody is there to help me. Neither my power is of any help, nor others. Then he surrendered. Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. When that complete surrender comes, then the ego dies. That Bhagavat Tattva shines forth. The person realizes his real nature. This is Bhakti, Sharanagati. We speak about Sharanagati very casually. We speak about Sharanagati. It is the last point in spiritual life. As long as the ego is there, Sharanagati is not possible. If the person surrenders, he will attain Jnanam. When a person attains Jnanam, he will do Sharanagati. Inwardly, the ego will disappear. If the ego vanishes, Jnanam will happen. Realization will happen. So these are not two things. Sharanagati and Jnanam are all same. There is a poem here. The name of the poem is The Holy War. When the battle was over, the war was lost. And in that defeat was my victory. I fought and fought only to perish. On the ashes of my dead self was the resurrection of the divine. The fight was indeed a noble one, in which the warrior was crucified to death, and that death was another name for God, truth, or love. So this Mangalacharana, the second verse, reveals Sharanagati Tattva, Prapatti Tattva. So when Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, you can begin your sadhana with Sharanagati. Mama ashritya yatnam kuru. Mama ashritya yatanti te brahma tadviduhu krishnam adhyatmam karma chakila. Even while you are struggling, striving to attain God, in the very beginning you can surrender to Bhagavan. You have to surrender to Bhagavan. So that Sharanagati, this Prapatti, you know there is a Mahashakti behind you. Bhagavan's usual example is a person going in a train, first class compartment, keeping his suitcase on his head. Somebody asked, why don't you keep it down? He said, I am a self-reliant person. I will carry my luggage in my head. Whether you keep it on your head or down, train is carrying. So know that there is a Mahashakti which is doing everything in the world. Ishasya hi vashe lokaha. Yosha darumayi yatha. As Bhagavata says, we are all in his hand like the puppet in the puppet show. Bommalatam. He is making you dance. Avan Attu vittal aadadar yaro. Avan Pattu vittal paadadar yaro. Trinavakarsa Devaram. And you know what he says? Avan uruha vaittal uruhadar yaro. Spiritual experience also, Tirunavakarsa says, when he makes you melt, he will melt. Once you know who is this Avan, Bhagavan was very clear. Ammayum appanum ahi enai aaki alittu அம்மகிமாயின் ஆழ்கடல் வீழ்ந்து யான் ஆழ்ந்திடும் முன் என் மனம் மன்னி இழுத்து உன் பதத்தில் இருத்தினையால் சின்மயனாம் அருணாச்சலா நின் அருள் சித்திரம் என்னே. Arunachala, how to express your inscrutable power of your kripa, grace. You were right behind me as my mother and father, Amma, Appa. You were taking care of me, watching my life. Before I could fall into Maya, you caught hold of me. Arundidum mun, before I sank deep, you caught hold of me and made me sit in your royal throne. Un padattil iruthinayal, in your padam. Manikavachakar also says, he made me sit in that state as if making a dog sit in a golden throne. Nai shibigai ettivittu, like making a dog sit in a palanquin. Like that he gave me that state. It is not my yogyata, my power. It is his kripa, his grace. So once you come in contact with that kripa tattvam, Tamil they call it kripa sakshatkara. You recognize the power kripa. Once you recognize that current, then the person wakes up to that. The sadhana becomes absolute relaxation. Because then you know it is not by the power of the ego. One place Bhagavan said, what you are seeking is that knowledge of the self which is already there even before the ego arises. The ego is just making so much drama. It is like running inside the train from one compartment to another compartment. Somebody was running inside the train. Why? To reach before. So, kripa and self-effort. Somebody has asked a question. You know what it is? You are coming in a car from Malleswaram to Jayanagar. Or the example that usually I give is, an elephant is walking from Malleswaram to Jayanagar. And there is an ant in the head of the elephant which is moving towards the tail. It is thinking, I am going to Malleswaram. Neither will it reach, although it is moving, it is underneath, the adhisthana is taking it to the other side. Like that is this Kripa Shakti. It is allowing you to be proud that you are also doing something. The moment you wake up to this realization, there is great peace, lightness, lagutva. Actually, this is the siddhi, laghima, not becoming like cotton. The moment you recognize this, you know there is nothing to be worried about. A great Mahashakti is taking care of everything. You are in its hand. You are just a doll in his hand. Be happy. Your job is only that. Anando brahmeti vyajanat. Ananda is Brahman. That bliss is Brahman. So when you surrender to him, that bliss will be yours. That ananda will be yours. That shanti will be yours. So this is the result of bhakti, sharanagati, prapatti. Evening, we can continue. Evening, there is one request. Devotees, those who want to come to the stage and ask something, they can do now, not in the evening. Because evening we have to return. So now it will be better. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. Evening we will start by 6 o'clock. Today we will start by 6 o'clock. Please remember, and whoever is coming, you can tell them also. 6 o'clock we will start.